Cool. We're running. Welcome to the Game Development Journal. 1 month in, this is Noah Judson, and I'm playing my game I've been working on for 1 month Friday called Bugging Out. You play as this little dragonfly who's going against waves of other insects, um, and you basically get stronger and stronger and stronger and try to survive as long as you can. It's a roguelike, which means that it's got a lot of randomness generated. Uh, Waves are randomly generated. Power-ups are randomly generated. Speaking of power-ups, now I have 3 power-ups that I can choose from. Every time I upgrade, it randomly selects 3 upgrades, and I can select one. So I'll do more spread shots, more health. I'll need that for some bosses, and faster shot speed so I can shoot further. So these are little gnats I'm fighting. They're simple enemies. A lot of the enemies, this is a mosquito, taking inspiration from real life. I was getting eaten by mosquitoes during development. Until I sprayed home defense all around my desk. That seemed to work. These are flies. They puke a bunch of shots at you. So there's 2 colors. There's like a duality to the game. Light and dark, yin and yang, good and evil. Can be whatever you want. Masculine, feminine. And basically, you have to shoot with the opposite color to do damage. If it's the same color, you absorb. Enemies absorb health. You absorb health with the same color. But you also have chi, the white bar. So there's a white bar and like a fuchsia bar at the bottom. The bottom bar is your health, and the white bar is your chi, which gives you like this kind of attack. And those are like homing shots. If there was an enemy on the screen, it would home straight at the enemy. So let's do some bigger explosions. I have 6 upgrades right now. Less damage to me. Better mines. I like my mines, especially for getting things that are following me. Some chain lightning can be really useful for enemies right next to each other. A smaller body to evade more shots, and I'll add a backward shot. These are ants. When they get you, they stun you. You can't move for a couple seconds. So in general, I always try to shoot them before they get me. So the genre I would call this game is a bullet hell, shoot 'em up, roguelike. I think that captures it all. I don't know if shoot 'em up needs to be in there. But anyway, yeah. So I started this game working with my nephew, teaching him how to make video games. And he actually came up with some of the initial ideas, like dragonflies and the little shots or wisps. Uh, we decided to, so I taught him how to make some games over the summer, and we're like, let's make games together, or separate games. Now that we know how to do it, and let's have a theme that we do our games based on. And he chose the themes of, he selected on the internet randomly, but he chose the combination of dragonflies, wisps, and masks. And the only way I can say I have masks in the game is I mask the enemies and everything in the game with a lightness or darkness, a yin or yang, based on, and that gives them that whiteness or blackness or whatever. So shatter is a cool one. Now my shots will, they have a chance of shattering into smaller pieces when they reach the end of their life, or when they collide with a dude. And they get smaller and they do less damage when they shatter. But it's nice because it basically can start to fill the screen with bullets. So you're hitting things that you're not even aiming at. kind of like a frag grenade or a shotgun. Um, Butterflies, I just did a lot of work on them today to make them do a lot of interesting patterns and designs. And I'm pretty happy with it. Sometimes I like letting them shoot just so I can see what kind of cool pattern they're going to make. So in 3 waves, we're going to get to our first boss. They come every 25 waves. And I better make sure that I am ready for him. I can slow time, but I get less experience and level up less if I do that. I'm going to do some tracking and penetration. So penetration, if the shot stays in the enemy long enough, it can actually hit them twice. And it can also penetrate through one enemy and hit an enemy behind it. Mosquitoes would be nice, more shots. More spread shots, more straight shots. Okay, now I'm gonna be powerful. If I keep doing this one too much, it actually it'll shatter, and then those little shots will shatter, and then those little shots will shatter, and I can create a lot of slowdown in the game that way. Because it just exponentially more things on the screen. Let's do some health too. So now the game is the purpose of the game is to survive as long as you can and enjoy becoming the badass that you become. And eventually the game just gets so crazy. So now each shot has a chance of splitting into 3 shots. I forgot what I was going to say, which happens a lot. Ooh, okay. So I just finished the queen today. I gotta concentrate on killing her. She doesn't attack with herself very much. She summons all her bees to do her work. And I literally did all of these summon attacks today. I did those cool pattern effects yesterday. And that's just a cool use of the shatter engine I built. Everything in the game is just variables. I try to put everything, to make everything a variable that can be modified slightly, and everything is modified slightly as you play. These are a lot of shots I have to absorb. Everything is a little variable, and they randomly change, and I try to select like good ranges for each variable so that the game is never too broken. The game does eventually break, meaning it gets just nutso. Okay, so oh my gosh. So that is royal honey. Oh, she's got a swarm on her. So I actually haven't fought the queen very many times. Literally because I made her in the last 2 days. Oh, that's a wave of honey. The royal honey. But I am pretty dang good at this game because I playtest it all the time. And I know exactly how everything is programmed. Oh my gosh. Too many enemies. That's the kind of the point of the queen, though. If you ever looked at a beehive, it's just full of bees. And what is going on? Was there tracking on that? Sorry, I'm talking to myself. So the queen will eat from the royal honey sometimes and heal herself. That's what was just happening with the shots coming from the corners. Ooh, that hurt. Okay, so hard to focus. I have 13 upgrades. Holy cow. Let's track better so all our shots hit. Let's make a smaller body so I don't get hit so often. Bigger shots so more shots hit. More health. More explosions. More more shattering, more damage, better mines. I don't really want to make enemies bigger at this point, since they're so easy to hit, because I have so much tracking and big shots. A backward shot's good. I like mines. I'm about to get hit by a bunch of bullets. More chain. Oh my gosh. Yep, this hurts me. Okay. Let's see. Shatter splits no more. Shot slow less. Okay, she is almost gone. Oh, thought I got damaged a lot. That honey can get you fast if you're not the right color for it. Let's see. More mines. More mines, more faster. Let's see. Almost got her. Almost got her. Come on. Go. Absorb these shots. Holy cow. Okay. She's gone. No, she's somewhere. No, she's gone. Good. Alright, so that was the first boss. In the future, I plan on having like a super upgrade that you get every time you kill a boss. That changes the game even more. And because you don't kill a boss very often, you'll have to play the game a whole bunch of times in order to see all the different power-ups. And a lot of the game is just becoming a different badass each time. The way all the things, all the different power-ups stack on top of each other, just changes how you play the game and how effective your little dragonfly guy is. And it adds replayability in because it's a variance to the game. A lot of it is discovery too, discovering what kind of combinations work well. Just discovering all the different upgrades. I'd like to even add many more upgrades in the future. I don't have very many more in mind right now. I kind of just wait for inspiration. Once I get a little inspired, then I put it in the game. Doesn't take too long. The way I programmed it, I'm pretty satisfied. Everything fits together pretty well. It's pretty easy to add more upgrades that apply to everything. Basically, every shot that you see is the same type of shot that everybody uses, and it just has a bunch of different variables on it, depending on who's shooting it and what upgrades you have. Like like I have some shatter. Things shatter in 3 directions. Of course, bees, when they shoot, they have shatter that shatters in 6 dimensions. There's a lot of 2s and 3s and 6s I put in the game just because I kind of think those are kind of magical numbers, especially in the natural world. Try to use things like the golden ratio and things like that when I can. But honestly, I can't find very many places to put the golden ratio in. One place it is in that you'll be able to see is the size difference in the circle around the thing. The circle around me and the circle around... Ooh, this is a cool one. Absorb all these. Oh, he's an elite enemy, so he has 1 thread of the darker color. And he did so many shots he caused slowdown. Basically, if I go in there, I'm probably dead, because I'll hit not only the color that I am, but the other color too, because it's mixed in there. Makes it dangerous. That's why he's elite. Butterflies are the only elites at this point. I've had some ideas for making others elites, but I just haven't done it. But yeah, so I just did the butterflies effects today. They're cooler effects. They've been around for a few days, but I made them a lot cooler today. And I'm pretty happy. I like to just see them do their thing every once in a while. Again, it's just a few different variables that randomly change. And, you know, a few times a few times a few equals many different possibilities. And that's kind of the gist of the game. So in 11 waves, I'll have the second boss, which is Mothmind. And he's modeled after a moth that I found in my yard one day. He is the most weird moth I've ever seen. I couldn't believe my eyes. In fact, I thought it was like a white moth with something in its mouth, and I was like, "That's weird. I've never seen that." And I got close to the moth and saw its head was like this pulsating orange and pink proby like thing. And oh, so many butterflies. I'm gonna ruin all their designs. A lot of slowdown right there. I gotta figure out how to move shots to the GPU so it can be parallelized a lot more. Because too many shots is what's causing slowdown right now in the game. It's not optimized at all. Premature optimization is the root of all evil, as they say. This game takes a lot of inspiration from other roguelike games, but probably especially Nova Drift. And great game. I recommend you go buy it, play it, check it out, and love it. And also a game from, I think originally it was on GameCube, but now it's out for a lot of things. So it's an old game, but it kind of it I think originated the idea of that duality in a shoot 'em up space shooter thing like this. This isn't a space shooter, but most times they are. That there's that the white and black shots, and you have to hit them with the opposite color. And even this attack, launching all the homing shots, came from that game. So another great game I recommend you go play. It's extremely difficult. Extremely. And maybe this game will be extremely difficult too. I'm kind of an expert at this game, having playtested it so much. Oh, that was cool. I got both of them. So I make this kind of look easy, but it's actually not. Let's do more penetration. So now my shots will go through enemies, and if it's in the same enemy after like a handful of frames, it'll hit that enemy again. Get some tracking on my shots, more health, even better tracking, even more shattering. This game is all about more straight shots, better lightning, and shatter retains better. So it's like that chance of shatter is increased with shatter retains better. So these guys are birds. They're kind of like tanks, and they're not insects. But oh my gosh, stun by ants. This is getting crazy now, and this is what happens every time I play. Eventually, things just get crazy, and eventually you will die. That is the lesson of the game. No matter how powerful you get, no matter what, you'll always die. That's the moral of the game. I'm just kidding. It's really hard for me to keep track of what I'm saying and what my train of thought is when I'm trying to evade like a million shots at once. There's like shots I gotta evade, shots I gotta absorb, 3 different attacks I gotta use. But it keeps me in the flow state really well, which is basically the whole point of playing video games. Just to try to get in that flow state, I think. And the better a game does that, the better a video game is. you know, that's like one dimension of a good video game. Obviously, I gotta work on my looks and my graphics. I'd say I'm doing alright. It's all programming graphics right now. Things I just try to do as quickly as I can. So this is Mothmind. So he's that weird looking moth, and if you look at his head, you'll see that weird hairy proby thing that I saw. Try to draw in computer graphics in like paint basically. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of all my programmer graphics once I kind of decide on an art style and an artist and whatnot. All right. So the way the bosses work too is they have like a dozen or so attacks, and they rotate between them. And for the first third of the battle, they only use one at a time. Once you get them below 2/3 health, so they have 2/3 left, they'll use two attacks at once. And then once you get them below 1/3 of their health, they'll use three attacks at once. So things get really crazy at the end. And everything before the end is kind of a warm-up. Basically, my shots are shattering off of them right now and then trying to home back to them, but the homing is not quite good enough to do it, so that's what you're seeing. Yeah, let's do better tracking, better homing, and let's heal more. I don't want to die. Yep, he's behind me. Maybe I should have done a backward shot. So I could use my key attack, which is that homing attack. My tracking is so good you can barely see it. But it takes chi to use that homing attack, so I don't want to use it until he's almost dead, and then that will speed me up through his really hard phase. It's like you're listening to how to beat this game before the game is even released. The mosquitoes are helping out a little bit. They get close to you and then just hover around you, just like real life mosquitoes. They were inspired by my real life endurances of mosquitoes eating me during making this game. And luckily they're not eating me too much anymore. I sprayed a bunch of home defense around my desk and that seemed to help. This is weird, I've been collecting dead bugs I've been finding around my house, thanks in part to the home defense. And I'm using those dead carcasses to model bugs in the game. So now I'm a bug collector. Okay, I gotta do some more damage to this guy. That chain lightning was doing good. Boom. Dang, even that didn't do a lot. So there's some mosquitoes around. There we go. Mosquitoes are designed to be annoying in this game. Alright, so he's in two attacks per attack turn right now. You got like this radial attack and this obstacle course attack. I can't hit these walls at all because it's white and black, so I'll get damage no matter what. I'm basically firing at him no matter what color I am, because he heals from shots less than he gets damage from the right color. It's probably confusing to people who haven't played this game yet, but I'm just kind of documenting what this game is, showing it off. Yeah, like I said, I've been working on this for about a month, and making a game is kind of something I always wanted to do. Man. Okay, he's gonna go into his third phase soon. Gotta absorb some more energy. So, one thing good about coronavirus is it's locked me in the house a lot more, and same with my nephew, and it got me making games with him, and it kind of got me into the groove of making games in general. And I'm glad it did, because this is something I always wanted to do. I don't want to die. Dang, how much health do you got, man? Might have to reduce their health a little bit. This is a little bit crazy. Although he's got twice as much health because he's a second boss. On top of all the exponential increases based on which wave it is. So try to live, Noah. Try to live. Oh my goodness. One thing I need help with in this game is, well, I'm always looking for more ideas, but I don't know how to market games. I'm not a marketer. So if anybody has ideas about how to get word about this game out, how I can build a community around it, I guess, get more people aware of it, let me know. Thanks. And of course, this is just a month into the game. I'm sure the game is going to change a ton by the time it releases. Hopefully I can finish the game and have like a early access thing in the next month. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be pretty satisfied with that. Oh, there's a bug on the screen now. A moth as I'm fighting a moth. How meta. You can't see him because he's in real life. Cool. So I beat the second boss. And the game basically just keeps going, keeps getting more and more crazy. Eventually, bosses will start coming out. Oh, I'm dying. Where am I? Okay. So things just get crazy and start slowing down because too much stuff is happening, especially the butterflies. Oh. Have an upgrade. Better rate of fire. So yeah, thanks for checking out my game. Let me know what you think. Give me ideas for more bugs. Oh, I died. At least I killed both bosses. Yeah, anyway, that's that. Zero to Hero. The game, I think, is going to be called Buggin' Out. That's my favorite name. And that's suggested to me, too. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Peace out.